But I mean,
we did get a husband who looked at the wife and the wife who looked at the husband, and there was no answer.
yeah.
At
But
all.
I mean, you can easily put 10 to 12,000 in one car. And some of these some of these families have multiple cars because their kids race multiple divisions. So green flag comes out for the unrestricted animal, Austin Kendall, your pole sitter. And then the 4 car, Bud McCune, jumps up 3 spots. He's in 2nd place.
McCune did a good job. Started on the outside of row 2.
So apparently that wasn't an illegal start, though. They liked what they saw. And McCune in 2nd place. Aaron Leffel in 3rd place. And then Jacob Stickle. And 3rd of Michael McConaughey rounding out your field. And right now, almost looks like a glorified hot lap session for Austin Kendall, with about 6 car lengths lead on the 4 of Bud McCune. Really, Austin Kendall's just kind of whipping it through those turns.
Yeah, he sure is. A little bit of action back there as McCune has Aaron Leffel all over the back of him.
Yeah, right on his rear bumper. That's where the racing's at, is for 2nd spot. And Aaron Leffel is not letting McCune go. He's running the same exact line he is. At a certain point, I heard something hit. Something clipped the wall, but they're still going. And then he's all over the track now, the 2 of Aaron Leffel. And Bud McCune now, we've got a spin out here. That's the 5. Jacob Stickle. So yeah, I believe was that the 2 of Leffel that clipped the wall? Because he got, it looks like he had some trouble back there over by coming through the start-finish line.
Yeah, I heard.
We heard the thump here up in the tower, and then you looked over and you saw Leffel was all over the track over there.
That is what's known as a Lucas County stripe.
And they've got the soft wall up here now, the plastic barrier. I'm sure that's a lot easier on the cars than the old guardrail.
Well, the nice thing about that is it's filled with water, so that it's heavy, and yet it will give.
Yeah, it's got some give to it. And looks like a couple cars are off the track, I believe. I think it had to have been Austin Leffel that clipped the wall here, because he's back in the pits now. They're looking at his car. They're looking at his right rear, I believe.
Yeah, I think
so you wonder if he had some tire damage on him. And
as we said, these cars are very stout as far as the construction goes, but if you hit the wall, it's going to move some things around a little bit.
If you clip a tire, these are still open-wheel cars in some regard. And I think they're going to push him back out. So whatever happened, parents looked it over back there, got him rolling again.
You can see the cars as they go around the corner there on this pace lap, how offset they are. The right side of the car, in essence, kind of sticks way out, if you will, because all the center of gravity is well down on the inside.
So that's why you see the kids kind of hang out on the left side. They have to kind of to readjust all the center of gravity on your car. Back to green flag racing, Austin Kendall. Another good start for him. Bud McCune in 2nd spot, the 3 of Michael McConaughey. Then you've got Jacob Stickle and the 2 car of Aaron Leffel, who went back into the pits. And now diving underneath in the 5, Stickle goes underneath. Good move. And then the 2 of Aaron Leffel goes right along with him. So the 3 of Michael McConaughey loses 2 spots in about a half a lap.
Well, that 3 car there of Michael McConaughey has been having some trouble down in turn 3 and 4. He got way down low on the racetrack, and it just doesn't handle for him. If it gets a little bit squirrely, he's having a hard time keeping the handle on that car. And it may be from the fact that he did hit the wall.
Yeah.
And something is just not right on that car, because it's bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, you can tell he's having a hard time steering that thing at the moment. But not having a hard time is Austin Kendall. The hot lap session continues as he is just opening up a lead on the 4 of Bud McCune. Almost half a track now between your leader, Kendall, and 2nd car of Bud McCune in the 4 as we passing the halfway point in this unrestricted animal feature, 40 laps the distance.
And when it comes down to a lot of times.
Trouble here for the number 2 of Aaron Leffel. So Leffel comes to a stop here, coming out of turn number 2. I don't think he mixed it up with anybody, but that car may be giving it up, Steve, a little bit.
Yeah, I think he just kind of pulled that up there, and they're going to pull it off the racetrack, I think, and see if they can do anything to get it to operate a little better. But
yeah, he has been having handling problems, and I do believe if he was the one they clipped the tower, which I thought, or the wall underneath the tower, I should say, didn't clip the tower, but yeah, he's having some handling issues back there in that car. So under caution flag, your leader in the 1 is Austin Kendall. Your pole sitter has been wire to wire so far. Bud McCune in the 4, having a decent run himself.
Well, McCune made a run towards the front right there at that first start.
Yeah, he leapfrogged about 2 cars.
He hasn't been able to move up since, and I think that's just because Austin Kendall's so darn strong right now.
Yeah, he's incredibly hooked up. And as, I mean, if you get a motor program that works at this level, I mean, it's something you got to go with. Like when we were talking to those parents, in fact, some people buy the cars with the motors already in them. Some tweak them themselves. I mean, there's a big market out there, and I think it's just kind of, you just have to, trial and error of what works for you and what works in these cars.
There's several different manufacturers of chassis out there, several manufacturers
for motors,
or rebuilders, we should say, of the motor, because you kind of have a spec motor in a way, but I'm sure there's a lot of different ways to tweak each individual motor.
So back to green flag racing. Austin Kendall, your leader. McCune in 2nd spot. The 3rd of Michael McConaughey. And the 5 of Stickle. And then Leffel, who was having a good run before. He's still having some handling problems out there, Steve, as he's trying to keep that car on the track. Some good experience for him, though. I mean, if you have a rough handling car, you got to know how to do that too.
Yep, exactly. And he's just sawing at the wheel back there, trying to keep that thing on the racetrack.
When he goes through the turns, you can just tell him he's just jerking on that thing. And Kendall, though, still with his half track in this 20th mile, and the 5 of Jacob Stickle spins out right past the start-finish line. Yellow flag comes out. Didn't get into it with anybody, just kind of looped out on his own.
In essence, this is almost a round racetrack. Kind of, there's really not a whole lot of straightaway here because of the way that they try to cut the corners. So you look at a car and you go, how the heck can he spin out on the straight? Well, in essence, it's really not the straightaway. It's still kind of a continuation of the corner
of the turn, right. And Leffel pulls back into the pits again. This might be it with around 10 to 12 laps to go. Yeah, this might be one of those times where they're going to have to work on the car a little bit, because he was having some problems just trying to keep that thing going.
Well, you never want to pull the race car off the track if you can help it.
Right.
You can see they had the back body work off of it, put that back on.
Yep, they're going to push him back out there and get him rolling again. Getting some seat time out there for Aaron Leffel. 12 laps to go in this 40-lap unrestricted animal feature. Austin Kendall, your leader. And, of course, Bud McCune in 2nd spot. Michael McConaughey in 3rd. Stickle in 4th. And Leffel rounding out your top 5.
Kendall has gotten off to a great start every time. And Bud McCune just not able to hang with him. See whether or not he can do it this time. Got a lot better start, Bud McCune did.
That was almost a good move that McCune pulled. He just wasn't quite there yet. He tried to set him up just a little bit, but already Kendall, I mean, if you don't get him right there, he's just going to get off and running. So, I mean, that was his chance to do it right off the restart before Kendall really was up to race speed.
Well, you can't make any kind of bobble whatsoever. Bud McCune did a couple of laps ago, down at 3 and 4, got a little low. And I think one of the things that we see, CJ, is that if you see on the racetrack on both corners, there's concrete patches on both ends. And sometimes they get just a little out of shape.
Because it's lower than the rest of the track, so once they bump that, it does affect the way the cars handle. Austin Kendall, though, no problems right now. That car is sticking to the track. You can see he also gets the wheel up off the track too. I mean, the way he's kind of setting out of the car and the way that they jerk the cars around here. So Austin Kendall, with 3 laps to go, caution flag comes out. That is the 4 of Bud McCune stopped on the track.
Oh, that's interesting. Bud McCune has been running real well.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good race so far. I think he's going to get pushed back to the pits, though. So you got to wonder if something. Sounds like he's got a carburetor problem, is what the word is coming from the track worker.
Yeah, they lift the boot up on the car and take a look under there, see if they can facilitate repairs here in a timely fashion.
So back in the pits with just a couple laps to go. See if McCune can get back out there, because he was having a really good race out there. Just Austin Kendall at this point just seems to be hooked up more so than almost anybody else on the track.
Yeah, Kendall has gotten off to a great start, and nobody's had anything for Austin Kendall so far.
And Leffel comes back out. They've been pulling Leffel's car off the track about every few laps or so, see if they can make some in-race adjustments, and then out comes Bud McCune. So whatever the problem was with the carburetor, they could get it fixed and get him rolling again.
Well, this will be a little interesting to see with 4 laps to go, because Bud McCune's had a really fast car starting tail end of the field here. See if he's going to be able to move up and where he can get to within those 4 laps.
So getting ready to go back green flag racing. Yeah, you got to wonder if McCune can at least probably jump Leffel, if not McConaughey coming out with 4 laps to go. Green flag back out. Austin Kendall rolling again in the 5 machine of Jacob Stickle in second place. And McCune does leapfrog Leffel. He gets 1 spot back. You got to believe he's going to have enough for McConaughey coming through with just 2 laps to go. And white flag comes out for Kendall. And McCune does leapfrog McConaughey, like we said. Textbook move on him coming down low. Now he's on the high side and he gets squeezed out. Checker flag goes to Austin Kendall. And the 5 of Stickle in second place. And I got to think that the 3 machine of McConaughey got that. I don't think
I thought McCune got by him.
Okay, so McCune did get that spot back.
So that McCune did get by him.
So that rounds out your top 3. So your checkered flag winner is Austin Kendall in the unrestricted animal feature. Plenty more racing yet to come from the Lucas County Rec Center. It's the Midwest Thunder Series on BCSN.